What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to Nerd Media. And as I was scrolling on my phone this morning, Marvel Studios decided to surprise everybody and drop another Fantastic Four First Steps trailer. And you guys know, I really like the last trailer. I have been definitely looking forward to this film, but my hype level hasn't been like over the moon high like a lot of other people's hype has been. But this trailer definitely changed that for me, and I am definitely looking forward to this film. So in this video, we are going to be talking about my thoughts on the trailer, some things that I thought were like awesome from it, some theories, some cool reveals that we got in there, and just overall the appreciation that I have for some of the really great moments we got in this trailer, and what really makes me believe that this could be a really big success for Marvel Studios. So with all that being said, if you're new to the channel, I talk movies, TV shows, comic books, all the nerdy stuff you can think of, including Fantastic Four and Marvel. And if you enjoy that kind of content, stick around this video, and if you enjoy this video, subscribe and like the video, support the channel. So with all that being said, let's dive right into the video. So there were some really early reports about a new Fantastic Four trailer coming out on Monday of this week because it was the 104th day of the year. It was April 14th. It was also the anniversary of some sort of like space shuttle. So all of the stars were kind of aligning for Monday, but it's Thursday, fourth day of the week. Of course, we get the trailer now, and guys, this trailer was so much better than the first one. And that's not even me dissing the first one. I just loved this trailer so much, and it really, really captured the feel that I was hoping that we would have for this film. And I'm so happy with this trailer. All right, so first things first, we got our first official look at the Silver Surfer in Fantastic Four. I believe this was actually the trailer that was shown at CinemaCon 2 weeks back, because I feel like, and I think it's like the exact same things people were describing from that trailer. So it was only a matter of time before they were going to release it. And I gotta say, I'm really digging the way that Silver Surfer looks. I mean, there's really not really a way you can really mess it up. I mean, I think that the Silver Surfer design and the way that he looked and the way that he was able to move in the original films was already great. But I think that the way that Jennifer Garner's Silver Surfer is moving in this, great, and I'm definitely excited to see more. I can't really say much about that just because we haven't really gotten too much, and there's also just not really a lot to like the design of that character, so it's kind of just like simplistic, and I think that they really did a great job with it so far. So it looks great, and I definitely am excited to see the role that she is going to play in this film besides being the Herald for Galactus, and see if she maybe gets into a fight with Johnny Storm, which is what it looks like in the trailer, or something like that. And we all knew it was going to happen. It was a theory that everybody has had for a long time, but Sue Storm is pregnant with her son, and I believe that that is going to be a big, big plot point for Doomsday and Secret Wars. Having Franklin Richards be in those films more than likely, I think is going to be a big deal, and I feel like that is also going to be a big plot point for this film in general. I mean, I don't know if he's going to have the same role that he has in the original Secret Wars comics, but I think that he's going to play some sort of a role in those films, which is probably why they're introducing him now. But at the same time, it kind of sucks that we're just like skipping through everything for the Fantastic Four and just jumping straight to that specific plot point. I mean, it would have been cool to have like that happen in like a second or third Fantastic Four film, but I mean, there's clearly cooking up something here. So I have full faith in Matt Shakman and Marvel Studios, because Kevin Feige has been hyping up this movie for as long as he possibly has had the rights to it, and he has been wanting to perfect this movie for so long. So I have no doubts in my mind that this movie is going to be something that Kevin Feige is really happy with, and if he's happy with it, it means that most of us may be happy with it. I want to talk about the one moment in this trailer that happens actually like right at the beginning that really just made me realize this movie's going to be really great. And it was the moment where the kids are like behind the fence cheering to the thing and telling him to pick up the car, and he picks it up. I mean, like, that just, I love getting small hero moments like that, which is why I really loved seeing that hero moment that we saw for Red Guardian in one of the trailers for Thunderbolts. Like, getting small little moments like that for a superhero is just so awesome, and I love that we're getting that in this film, especially with the Thing. I feel like the Thing is the character you want to do that the most with, and I really appreciate how they're doing that, regardless of that that's the only moment that we see with him doing something like that. It's great, and I definitely just am so excited to see small little things like that, and I think the Thing is probably going to end up being my favorite character in this film. We officially got to see everybody using their powers now, because we got to see Reed Richards using it for a few seconds, and they're definitely holding off on it just because of the fact that it is probably something that's going to be really difficult to not make look wonky in CGI in the actual film. So that's probably why they only showed this shot here. But I mean, honestly, if they take their time and just perfect it, it's going to maybe look a little bit odd, but I think that they have the time and they have the right people to make it look as realistic and not as goofy as possible. So I have full faith in them for that, and it looks great so far. I mean, we didn't really get to see much of it, but I'm glad that we know that he's using his actual powers, and they're not gonna switch it up like they did with Miss Marvel and made her have like kinetic energy powers. When now we could have had that for Mr. Fantastic, considering he has the same powers as her. But I'm glad we didn't get that. And we got so many great shots of all four of them together that just makes me super excited because this world that we are in for the Fantastic Four really feels like a world where, everything is nearly perfect because Reed Richards is the one who's controlling all the technology and everything like that. And we got this like retro 60s world where they're the heroes and the world loves them and they save the world every time a new threat comes. And I love that vibe that we are getting for this world because I feel like one of the biggest benefits, if not the biggest benefit for this film, is that this movie doesn't take place in the actual MCU. So it's very, very exciting, and I really feel like that so far looks like it's being used to its benefit because this world that we are about to enter for the Fantastic Four looks like a really fun and just awesome world that I feel like is something that we probably need, and I really think that we need to take it feels something that we haven't really expressed or like realized that we need is like a little like dip away from the MCU for a little bit just because of how chaotic things are getting there. But yeah, I mean the vibes about this whole entire world and about this whole entire movie really really just gets me so excited because it feels like something we haven't gotten ever before from the MCU, which is obviously always something very exciting and fresh and new. So it's very very exciting, and I love how like Kevin Feige really cares so much about about the Fantastic Four. He put them in a whole separate universe so that he could perfect them, and I love that. And I love the care that is being taken on these characters because knowing that these characters are have been well taken care of gets me very excited for this film to know that it is probably going to be a good, if not great, movie. Yeah, earlier, like I said, I think that the Thing is going to end up being one of, if not my favorite character of this film. I've loved the moments that we've gotten of him, some of the funny moments, some of the small heroic moments. I've loved them so much, and I think that he is going to end up being a great character and probably the highlight of this film. And I really do enjoy seeing Johnny Storm as well. I do see what people mean by he does seem to have some characteristics like Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man or something, like the same kind of snappy like attitude, stuff like that, like in the way that he speaks and like what words he uses in his sentences and stuff. I can definitely see that, and I think some of the things that they have said about his character, that the way they portrayed him in this film, definitely makes me a little bit concerned about how that character specifically is going to be handled, because I feel like Johnny Storm is Johnny Storm because of how he is in the comics. And I feel like if they're going to stray away from that, it could not sit well with some people. But I'm definitely still looking forward to seeing what his character is going to be. And like hopefully it's going to be like how he is like in the original films and the comics and everything, but we're going to have to see. And having this trailer start out with an appreciation day or something for the Fantastic Four is really awesome, and I love that. And I just have to say right now, I was definitely on the fence about these suits when I first saw them in like behind the scenes photos, but seeing them in action in this trailer, I'm loving the suits. They're so great, and I'm so excited to see them. And I really hope that they don't get rid of these suits and change them when they get to the MCU, because we know they're going to be there. They're going to be in Doomsday. They're going to be in Secret Wars. We know that. So I'm really, really hoping that they don't change their suits because I love these suits. They are great. And I get they fit in with the vibe of this world, and with this world more than likely going to be destroyed by the end of this film, it would make sense if they got rid of the suits, but it also would just be disappointing because these are just probably some of the MCU's best suits that we've gotten in recent years. I'm really excited to find out how and why Reed Richards accidentally contacted Galactus through his like science stuff and research that he's been doing, because in the trailer we can see that he's been studying like multiversal bridges and everything, which is probably going to be the way they get to the MCU. But I think that the fact that that kind of alerted Galactus and then that alerted the Silver Surfer, I think is really interesting, and I'm excited to see how that is going to play into the character of Reed and how that could even lead to them going back to space, where it seems like they have to go back after they get their powers. There's a lot of plot points that I'm really excited about, and they really haven't revealed anything else about this movie besides that, and I hope that it stays like that until this movie releases in July, because the less that we know, because where we're at right now, I'm excited, I'm looking forward to it, and I'm also enjoying the mystery of most of the plot that we don't know about. So all of that is very exciting, and I cannot wait. I am so looking forward to this trailer. And we also got a shot of the Thing with his classic look right here, which I think is awesome. Just as a little side note, I just really like that little moment that we got as a confirmation that yes, he's gonna look like how he always does. So yeah, guys, overall, I just really, really dug this trailer. This trailer made my hype go from like a 4, no pun intended, up to maybe like an 8. I am very excited for this movie. This and Thunderbolts and Superman, my most anticipated movies of the year, besides Sinners. I'm seeing that tomorrow. Very exciting. But this movie, it could be one of Marvel's best, but it also could be one of Marvel's biggest flops. So I'm not going to get my hopes up too high, but I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what they have in store because there is so many promising things about this movie, and that is something I feel like we haven't really had with a Marvel movie in a while. And the fact that we have so many promising things for Thunderbolts and so many promising things for this makes me really, really hopeful for here on out. Marvel is just going to be banger after banger like they used to be back in Phase 3 and stuff like that. So very exciting stuff. This movie, it could be peak, and I'm definitely, definitely looking forward to it. This trailer raised my hype level to very, very high, very, very high limits. Very exciting stuff, but I want to hear from you guys. Let me know in the comments down below what you thought of this trailer. Did it raise your hype? Did it leave it at the same, or did it kind of lower it? Let me know what you thought, and if you stuck around this long and you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe, like the video, help support this channel, and like get it out there for everybody else so they can see these videos. So with all that being said, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.